there, comic book friends! Thought I was going to have to sing the No Comics Blues this week. It is Saturday morning, about 10:30, and I just finally got my comics. So I'm going to be doing some power reading today to have read for tonight's Comic Book Roundtable. At any rate, I will share with what I got. 18 books this week, it looks like. Yep, 18 books it's telling me. Let's get right to it. First up, we have Black Science issue number 22. Always good to see this Rick Remender book. Matteo Scalera's artwork is always really amazing in it. Looking forward to seeing where we're going with Grant now. He's reached an epiphany, and now he is off on the adventure to save all of the people who went on this trip with him as much as he can, and take back the universe, basically. Heal the universe, because he's basically made it sick. Batman issue number 2. We're going to find out what this whole Gotham and Gotham Girl thing is all about and whatnot. First issue was somewhat lackluster. We'll see what issue 2 ends up being like. The only part of it that was interesting was the very end of it. And I'm hoping we don't have more hokey dialogue like we had in issue 1. This whole is this going to be a good death thing? It does not ring true to me for Batman. I will give kudos to this also. Suicide Squad advertisements have started, and they're just this nice little thing down here, which is way cooler than some big gnarly banner. Looking forward to them getting rid of the DC Universe Rebirth thing off the top of them, and then it'll be doubly awesome. Aquaman issue number 2. Woo! Big old fight with Black Manta there. Actually enjoyed issue number 1, so looking forward to reading issue number 2 and seeing what really happens, what we really get in there. So, hey, a trident that's actually a trident instead of having like 6 tongues on it like he did in the New 52. So, Discipline issue number 5. This, I believe, is the end of the first arc of this screwed up book. Love the art. Story has been kind of dicey. We'll see what this ends up bringing and maybe how much longer I'm on the book. I don't know. Peter Milligan books I tend to hang on to way past what I should. There's stuff about the book that makes me feel uncomfortable. Not sure it's supposed to or not. I don't know. At any rate. Green Arrow number 2. Don't know how excited I am about that cover, but I'm excited about the book. Issue number 1 ended on a massive cliffhanger. Looking forward to number 2 and exploring this new take on Green Arrow. A revisioning of the Green Arrow of old. And The Fix number 4. We've got our trusty dog, Mr. Pretzels. Looks like he's saving the day flying a plane while the idiot partner here helps along. So always a fun book, a good laugh at lots of times. Some serious stuff in the last issue. See what happens in this one. Definitely looking forward to reading that. Green Lanterns issue number 2. Ooh, now see, I kind of like that cover. I don't know. First issue was fine. I'm looking forward to getting into this, really getting into the mix of things and stuff. What these characters are like. Hope we can explore that more. We'll see what happens. This is one of those books. It's kind of, I don't know. I didn't dislike it. It didn't blow me away though either. Speaking of books that, this is Justice League. Justice League number 1. This is the Rebirth issue. So this is Justice League Rebirth. I'm not even going to say number 1 because, of course, there will be a Justice League number 1. Interested in checking this out. See what Hitch has to say. See what this book looks like and stuff. What's the new Justice League going to be like? I don't know what this is going to be. Is this going to explore that? Just kind of set up for what the actual book's going to be like? Or is it just going to touch on more of the universe and in its own way? So, Paper Girl number 7. Love these covers that are pretty much one color, one hue. I find that interesting. And visually appealing with just the paper girls and the number on it and whatnot. We're in 2016 now, so as always, curious to see what happens there. Another awesome book. Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses, issue number 16. Love this cover because it looks like you're looking at them through a peephole, so they're all distorted. and such stuff place. Some really, really nutsy things have happened in the last couple issues. This little piece of history that we're exploring. Always enjoy it. Super excited for that. Will be lots of fun. I believe now this is the final issue of Roche Limit, the 3-volume thing. This is the final issue of the final volume. I'm pretty sure. Here's to see where it ties all up. Or maybe next issue is the final issue. I keep saying that. I said that on number 3 too. So who knows? I didn't like the middle volume, the second volume. The third volume has been good because it's touched back on the stuff from the first volume. Because the first volume, I believe, was the strongest of the work. So super excited to be reading this. I hear nutsy stuff happens in this issue. This is issue 41 of Revival. Ooh, that Jenny Frasian cover there. That's a good one. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure who that little girl is. But super excited to see what happens there. Baltimore Empty Graves. This is issue 405. I've really been enjoying this exploration of kind of getting a back history on some of the other characters that are hanging with Baltimore in this fight. We're in Turkey. We're dealing with the Turks. And they're some of them have kind of sold their souls to the higher power, to the Witch Queen and that sort of stuff, and the Red King. So excited to see what that's going to be like. It's an awesome cover. Kind of want to say that's a Magnolia cover, but maybe not. It might be a Steinbeck cover too. I don't know. Anyway, that's a cool cover. Love that cover. Anyway, excited for that book, as always. Tokyo Ghost, issue number 8. 2 more issues after this to go. Clearly, we are going to get the fight here between the Tokyo Ghost and Dent. So we'll see how that transpires. Should be interesting. Unfollow, issue number 9. As always, this book is great. Williams is writing a really interesting story. Dowling's and Winter's art is outstanding in this book. I'm just really curious to see where all we go with this whole. We're starting to trim people down. We're down to 134 out of the 140 that we start out with. We've got these little sects, little cults that are starting to crop up and groupings as they try to protect each other in some ways or try to make sense of it all. While some of them, of course, use it to launch themselves into stardom. Just really interesting. Plus, there's this kind of mystical thing going on, or group hallucination stuff that occasionally happens with this cat that we see roaming around occasionally and some of that other stuff. So here's what that's like. Book I am super excited to be reading. Issue number 2 of Superman. Does that sound bizarre? Super excited to be reading Superman. Tomasi and Gleason, that first issue was just really, really, really good. Really excited to explore this, to see what this is all like. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to reading it and getting to talk about it. It'll be high on my list, I am sure. Spider-Woman issue number 9, mired in the Civil War number 2. Makes sense, though, that we would get something with Jessica in it, with Spider-Woman in it in the Civil War. She is best friends with Ms. Marvel. And so clearly, if something serious is going on with Ms. Marvel, there's going to be some sort of ramifications with Spider-Woman, you would think. So I am curious about that aspect of it, but still have zero curiosity, yawn, in Civil War number 2. And finally, of my 18 books this week is The Sheriff of Babylon, issue number 8. Always a really, really heavy book. Always really, really good. Really smart. Just really curious to see what's happening in this book. The dynamics that are happening. The machinations that are going on, who's manipulating who and how and why, is all really depthy and interesting and very powerful. And that is my books. Under 10 minutes or right at 10 minutes by the time I get done chopping this up and throwing it up on the internet. Have a great one, everybody, and I'll see you tonight on Comic Book Roundtable.